bring them to the life in this documentary? Are they real characters, like you have been like seen them, or is just a fictional?
Hello. First of all, I would like to apologize for the trailer not having English subtitles. It were our mistake, so sorry for that. Um, the choose of the characters was the director André, the only one who decided. He lived in Mozambique for several years, and he get to know the reality and get touched by some of the persons of Maputo society. And in a first moment, he knew more people, and he did research and the development um, based in other characters, not the ones that are in the film, because the film was done only around 5 or 6 years after the first research. So they are not actors; they are real persons, and their stories is their lives, their private lives.
Great. Great to hear that insight from you. My next question is to Federico. This story that you have brought out, this is the struggle which has been going on, the civilizational struggle to overcome the past dictatorship and the forced disappearances. What made you think that the movie or the film has to be made for the posterity or something? That what was the thought behind making such a documentary film?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you. And well, what my main objective with the movie was talk about the process that my country is crossing, looking for the disappearing people as something that could create a country. I have an example, or I mean, in my region, in South America, we have some examples that countries who create their own democracies with or working on the figure of the disappeared people. For example, we can't think about the culture or the politics in Argentina or in Chile without thinking in the disappearing people or the military process. So in Colombia, we have a difference. We don't have a dictatorship. We have a civilian war. And the process is very different, but we are looking for our disappearing people a few years ago. It's something very recently. Yeah, it's something that is happening now. So what I'm thinking in on this film is why if it could bring us an opportunity as a country. I mean, we can create a society with the force that the disappearing people brings us. Yeah, and when you go to a mission and you see all the resources, all the imagination, all the work that search needs, you can understand that there are something more. I mean, disappearing people can move many things, and it could be a strong political force to create a new country. We have other reference in our region, as I told, as Chile, as Argentina, that they create their communities working through this phenomenon. So what I was trying to do was think about the disappeared person as a key in our society, and it could mean an opportunity for us.
It's a great emotional experience which you are sharing here through this film. Like a lot of families have experienced that disappearances, है ना? And like, is if this film has been showcased there in your country, and if yes, then how people reacted to it, because they have seen that millions of people have been disappeared, and you know.
Well, we premiered the film on October. For that circulation process, we have uh, a relation with the Unity who is working searching the disappearing people, and they give us psychological and social uh, advices and support, because in many cases, or many times that we could screen the movie, uh, the first question that the people have was, I have a relative who is disappeared. Where can I go to find him? So this institution uh, were with us during the process of circulation, and they could show people how they can start the process to find their own relatives. So it's very um, powerful when you see that in an audience, many people is thinking about their own about their own relatives, about their fathers, mothers, sisters, and how the war uh, create a lot of pain in the country, because there were the war has been for decades. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, in a way, you are giving voice to those voiceless people. Thank you. Now, I will like to open the floor for the discussions, questions. You can ask questions. Mics are here. Raise your hand, please.
Good afternoon. Uh, I have the question related to like Colombia movie related that. So like the level of research for such a movie, you have to do deep researches to get the statistics. So do you have which avenues you used? So is there any proper government data, or how difficult was the process of research?
Uh, well, the research was the most difficult thing in the movie, and this is my second film about disappearing people. My first movie also was about about this subject, but it was not about the searching. Forensic is about the search. And my first movie was about one expression of the disappearing, uh, which we called falsos positivos, and it's a way that military army take people, civilians, and they take out their own identity to put them uh, the costumes of militaries as they were in combat. Yeah. So I'm researching about disappearing for the two films, but during the process, there was something very powerful to me, that I could make a series, yeah, for the public television, yeah. And it was very important because this content, or this series, was about, or has the objective to inform people. So I could research, and I could be with uh, an institution who is writing and inform about what was going on during the war. So during the process in this series, I could learn a lot about disappearing, about the war, and I could be in touch with a lot of testimonies. And I think the most difficult thing was be in a mission with the forensic anthropologist, it was very hard because the institution is very new, and as you can imagine, not everyone in the country want to search our disappeared person. So the institution has a lot of enemies. So they are very strict with their information. So I had to make a very long process to could be there with them in a search. Okay.
Federico, it's really difficult and challenging task, surrounded by the hostilities around the situation and making a movie out of it. It's really tough task. How did you made a justice, gave a justice to each and every incident or characters which were happened throughout the history from last many years? These disappearances are happening. Like, is there a conscious thought in your mind that I should do justice by putting everything, or is there something missing? Am I doing justice? That thought came to your mind before making the film?
Mm, well, I is something that you have there is something that appears to you time to time, but I think as a director, as a filmmaker, you have to fight against that kind of imagination, because if you let it be with you for a long time, you can start to think that you are making something that is not real. Yeah, you start to think that you are searching disappearing people. No, you are making a movie. Yeah, and in the best scenario, you are talking about that here in a foreign country with people who is not related with this kind of subject, and who don't know many about Colombia. And I think you can informate people, you can help to think about the disappearing people. So you cannot confuse yourself thinking that you are making the piece, for example. But for me, it's very important that it's not a subject that we talk a lot in my country. So it's important to, especially for the youngest people, to give them some narratives, some representation about this political process, because the most important thing in our peace process share this kind of experience. Not only South America are disappearing people, so war, this kind of process crossing all the world. So for example, this experience that I told you, that I was telling you, that and a forensic anthropology came to me and say, I work here in India searching missing people. Take my book. For me, that's amazing, because it means that we are creating a network. We are creating something bigger, something that is not only about one person, it's not only about a movie, it's not only about a country. We can share our experiences about the war, about our suffering, about our how we are thinking, how we are processing this pain, or how we can reconstruct our societies. So for me, it's amazing. Thank you.
The same question to you, Jacinta.
For us, it's the both. It's a great opportunity to present this film here. It's the international premiere of the film, and being Goa a place that has so much in common with us Portuguese. We also work with a Portuguese Goan director and producer that is based here in Goa. So it's the opportunity to come here for the first time. And the film was screened yesterday, and as well as Federico, it was very well received. The Q&A after the film was very grateful for us to receive all the positive comments. So thank you for having us here.
Yeah, I will ask Federico first and then Jacinta. Um, so forensics, as you say, is, I mean, it is about disappearing people, but it is, as you're saying, about informing about this narrative to other people. When I watch the film, to me, it is a film about so much grief and so much loss. Even though the film is so much conversation and intelligent conversation and is set to appeal to the mind, I think when I watched the film, I only cried. I was so heavy. So maybe what are some of the responses that your film has had across international film festivals, Karlovy, etc., where it has been such an emotional outpour after the film? If you could just share that.
Okay. Yes, I can difference many types of reactions with the film, but there is one specific, and it came from people who suffered the war in a way or another, and these kind of reactions are very deep and very powerful, and this kind of reaction have something special, and is that they only they they want to share what they feel when they saw the movie the first time in Cartagena in Fixi. We screened the movie, and I don't know why, but many people start to raising their hand and say, "My uncle, my brother," and one time to other, many people start to cry and to share their experiences. But they told me at the end that something in the movie made them feel that it was a confident environment to share their own experiences. And I think something that create that is that the movie can uh, integrate different points of view about the disappearing process. Yeah. So also I can share a family disappearing. We talk with Catalina, who is working with a body who can't be identified, and the work with Karen. So it's very exciting understand that a movie could touch a person in a very deep way. And for the other hand, there are a lot of interest in the political process, in numbers. How many disappeared people are in Colombia? Are you identifying them? How's going on? What is going on in this process? And this kind of curious for me is very good, because I want to people start to talk about the country, talk about our war, talk about our historical process. And during this conversation, I understand that, well, war is not something exclusive of Colombia. It's something that many nations or all the nations can share. So there are many feelings, many reactions, and well, that's why I create the movie, or that's why we are here. That's something very powerful about films. Thank you.
Handza was almost set to make its world premiere at IFFI, but I'm very happy that we have the international premiere here. How do you respond to the idea that we have a team from Portugal making a film about the streets of Mozambique. How do you respond to that?
First of all, as I said yesterday at the screening, I read a note from the director. He feels Mozambique as his second home. He lived there for around 3 or 4 years. So he get to know the reality. He worked there for those periods. He did a lot of films as camera operator, as editor. So he got to know very well the reality. And we both, as producers, we work a lot also with the Portuguese-speaking countries in the recent past years, especially with Mozambique, but also with Angola and Cape Verde. So it is also a reality that we know. We work with local producers also. So it is also a look from outside. We know that, but it's a look that we try to not to be from a foreigner, but from someone that knows the reality, that respect those people and that society. And I hope that the audience sees that also. I don't know if Rui wants to add something. Se queres acrescentar alguma coisa.
Não posso dizer que a nossa produtora, já disseste, não é?
Sim.
Tem foco em produzir e ajudar diretores desses países portugueses a fazerem não só portugueses, como os residentes nos próprios países. Não é o caso aqui da Naomi e de outros países.
Here, we at Real Ficção, our production company, we have a special focus in producing films, documentaries, and fiction also from those countries, and to work together with people from to create connections and to develop the connections we had in the past, but with a different way to show.
Mas não com o espírito neocolonialista.
But not with a neocolonist spirit, with the interest in working together and together to do new things.
Percebemos como é difícil produzir filmes desses e nós podemos ajudar a partir da Europa.
With not with Goa, but with the Portuguese-speaking countries, we have a special program in Portugal that finance films co-produced with those countries. So we have been working a lot with those with this specific fund to promote and to help directors from those countries to develop their films. Thank you.
Do we have any other question to the panelists? Okay. So here we come to the end of our press conference. Thank you to brilliant filmmakers, panelists. And we have a small memento, token of love from Iffy. So please come forward.